Hello, everyone, and welcome to A Link to the Past Randomizer League. This is the fourth game of the series between the OK Game versus Team Oyai in the Palace of Darkness Division Finals. My name is Tusi, and I'm joined here by Scrap Casual for today's commentary.
Hello, hello. So, why don't you tell us a little bit about what we're going to be looking at for the seed itself here today before we get started?
Yeah, first thing, we're gonna be doing Inverted, chosen by Wiki, and Lanxion also chose to not have Kisanity, so. And as you can see from the title screen here, from the character selection screen, we also have a sword. So it makes like some early dungeons like Thieves Town clearable. But probably not in Logic, right? You need the hammer for that. So it's gonna be pretty interesting.
Yeah, so I believe you said inverted, correct?
Yes, inverted, no Kisanity, and no Randomizer either. And
Yeah, so we're off to a start now. Already some divergence with a mirror in Link's house. But as I was going to say, as we're starting here, inverted is a pretty straightforward early game because there's really not a lot to check in the dark world with very few items. So you're going to see maybe, I think, like 15 checks in total that you can kind of do in Sphere 1. And then from there, depending on the items we get, is where a lot of divergence is going to hopefully start to show up.
yeah, we already had a map check with Thieves Town being a pendant, while TR and Swamp Palace being our 5-6 crystals. It doesn't really matter that much though in this seed because we are doing all dungeons as well for this one.
And yeah, so even with Thieves Town being a pendant, you're gonna dive in here early because these first 4 checks are basically Sphere 1 checks, and there's a very good chance that you're gonna get an item out of here, whether it be Hammer, Moon Pearl, some sort of progression either here or Skull Woods.
Yeah, really interesting. From the beginning, we have access to Hype Cave, but we do need bombs. Like the bomb and money situation in inverted can be quite important to figure it out early. So if you do find early 20 rupees, for example, there is a chance that you might farm some rupees on the arrow game.
Which, yeah, I've noticed that recently the meta for Inverted has really been starting in Skull Woods and getting those bombs and then going to Hype Cave from there. Wow, dang. Lanxion with 2 deaths in within 30 seconds, really going head-on with these enemies.
Yeah, I mean the really bad thing about inverted and not Randomizer, we actually have really strong enemies in the Dark World that can kill you instantly, more or less.
Oh, yeah. So even though we know what the enemies are going to be, you still don't want to get hit by anything. So far, nothing out of the front of Thieves Town. So we're going to be getting into the back here. We did not get the small key yet, so there's a chance, again, with it not being Key Sanity, there's a chance that Bid Chest can just be orphaned and never have to be worried about for the rest of this game.
Indeed. Wiki is gonna dive to the back of Thieves Town. Going early on Thieves Town is actually not really a bad thing. As you see, Wiki also got 2 bombs, so you can even get another 2 up here in the attic. And we mentioned the early game for inverted is quite important to have like those consumables so that you can do stuff like Hype Cave, for instance. But this room can be super tricky.
Oh, just like that. Yeah. So they did get up there. They got the chest, but they weren't able to bomb the ceiling for the blind fight. So they will have to go all the way back up there to open up that ceiling when they want to come back. And let's see, that leaves at minimum 2 checks there because they did find compass, and they still potentially have small key and one other item and map. I believe. No, map was in the first 4 chests, as we just saw from Lanxion. So
Yeah, that is correct. And from Wiredwicky, we're gonna see a 7 quit after a Thief's Town. I mean, it makes sense not to continue, since you can do stuff like Hype Cave at this point. That's why Wiki also farmed those boosters to get like another bomb to do Hype Cave. Gonna grab the mirror, and we're gonna see Hype Cave now for the first time in this seed.
yeah, it's always a bad feeling going into Hype Cave with 1 bomb, but not realizing you have 1 bomb, because then you can't get to the Bat 4 chests here.
Yeah,
And Fire Rod.
Oh, that is definitely a really good pickup, and even more money. Something that we said that it's really important to have the money. Now Wiki doesn't really have to do the arrow game necessary, unless he wants more, which is like nice to have for pod potentially later on.
Yeah, and the arrow game really isn't too difficult. If you know the script for it and the easy way to get all the hits, which I did not. So hopefully either of these 2 runners are seasoned enough with inverted to be able to get some easy money that way, if they feel like they need it. Now we've got Lanxion on their way up to top of Thieves Town, and we'll potentially see what is in the basement if they end up getting through this room.
So far so good. This is like definitely a really scary room. These enemies are so annoying. They deal so much damage. But Lanxion handles them pretty nicely as Wiki gets a glove.
So, and then even with that, as I mentioned earlier, there's not a lot of checks early in inverted. So really all that's left for them, I believe, is Straw Woods and the basement of Thieves Town and chess game for any progress. And with that Fire Rod, that really does scream Straw Woods. All right, and on our way to the basement, I'm really interested to see, because if something like Hammer is down here, that gives you a lot of access to East Dark World. But if it's something like Moon Pearl or another glove, that's hopefully going to be closer access to Light World, which is just so many checks. And that's really the goal for Inverted, is to get Light World access as soon as possible.
Yeah, Wiki is gonna take a death here to refill his hearts as Lanxion is moving towards the cell. We're gonna see a new check here. And
it's a small key.
Yeah, that definitely doesn't really feel great. But Lanxion is gonna try to clear Thieves Town. That would be really nice for him to get it out of the way like that. But yeah, that big chest is definitely gonna be isolated. I don't see Lanxion coming to that chest.
Yeah.
Like ever, honestly.
And this really is. Sorry, you can go on.
No, it's just like everyone's favorite room in Inverted, as we see here in Skullwoods for the vanilla big key chest.
Yeah, when you're doing, lack of better words, vanilla. Actually, I'm gonna wait for this blind fight here. Seems to be on stripped already so far. Doing very well with these hits, not getting one hit on Link himself. Very good blind fight. Ooh.
Yeah, I need to mention, of course, that Lanxion is a really experienced NMG runner, so definitely knows the boss kills.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I was going to be bringing up, is really that with Inverted, there's a very, very good chance that you're going to end up doing the blind fight or doing early bosses, but blind being the most, usually the easiest to get to, because all you need is one bomb to get to that fight. So definitely doing Inverted, you want to be seasoned in your boss fights and execution, because you're going to have to do some of these with 3 hearts, and one hit, you could just be out.
With that lamp on chess game, we actually have access to the mountain now. At least we know that, since the glove is in the digging game.
So yeah, it's really just a matter of when one of them is gonna get all the things they need. Either Wiki going to get that after Skull Woods, or Lanxion going back for Hype Cave and did game.
Another interesting thing, since we start with the sword, Aga is in play now, if I'm not mistaken. And the Moon Pearl can be in really weird spots, like the bottle vendor, for example. You can be like a bunny. It's just like walk all the way from Hyrule Castle.
That is actually very true. With Inverted, you can get up, and Inverted has Aga Tower in what normally is GT. So they have changed a few things in Inverted, such as the K45 entrance, Checkerboard Cave entrance, and entrance to GT are all accessible in their. Oh, I'm waiting for this fight. Oh, and she took the hit.
Yeah, that is that was almost done as well. I think it was just 2 spins, if I'm not mistaken, of the fire rod. And I think wisely, Wiki is gonna do the front of Skywoods first now, before probably heading into chest game is my guess. So that is probably gonna be an isolated boss for Wiki at this point.
Which, I mean, going to the back to Skull Woods, it's a little time consuming, but I mean, once you get boots, you can kind of dash through some of these areas, and it's not as bad as, honestly, going all the way through Thieves Town again is going to be more of a time sink, or going back for that bid chest.
Yeah, for sure.
And we did see, we did just see Lanxion go through all of the front, so we know we get a bottle out of here, and that's really it. So it seems like the play is going to be Mountain, or maybe something on Moth, because I think that was only one item.
Yeah, I believe Moth has an item. Something that unfortunately Lanxion cannot do right now, because he didn't go to Hype Cave.
Oh, that's true. But it looks like that is likely where he is going right now.
Indeed. I'm kind of interested to see what Wiki will choose to do after chess game. Like if he will retry to go to Thieves Town, or head up the mountain. I think at that point, you just go to the mountain. Just gamble on the lamp and the glove.
Well, you do get 2 chests going through Light World by bringing back Old Man, and then you get Castle Tower if you wanted to do Aga. You have Super Bunny Cave as well, so there's a decent amount of checks up there for early Inverted. And with the save and quit, it seems that that's what Wiki is going to be doing.
Yeah, potential dip. Yeah, Lanxion actually wants to go to Skull Woods, heading towards that location. After Hype Cave, he did not go to Digging Game, so that glove is going to be delayed a little bit for him. But eventually he will run out of locations to go. Worst thing probably for Lanxion will be like finding a hammer on Mothla, but I don't know, that is like also really good because he could also skip Aga.
Yeah.
Even though it's an old dungeon seed. Yeah, it's an old dungeon seed, so
it's not the worst call coming in here. If he's comfortable doing it and thinks he can pull this off with 4 hearts normal magic, it'll pay off. You won't have to really come back here again later. But if he does take a death, then that is where we're going to see that bid time loss start to catch up to him. And now we've got the nice, fun, very, very long walk with the Old Man. Wiki being very nice, escorting him all the way back to the Light World and then back to his home, doing double duty today. So yes, going back to talking about Inverted and some of the differences here is that they've changed the passages from Light World to Dark World up to Death Mountain, so you do have Old Man Cave in the Dark World. And before you can really do anything in the Dark World, you have to return Old Man back to the Light World, which is what Wiki is doing. And is that an ice rod? On Spectacle Rock?
Yeah, that is a nice rod. It's required, so it's pretty nice. It's up there on the mountain. Pretty convenient. Fortunately, he does not have the access to it, though. I'm not exactly sure. You need to go to like the Eastern Death Mountain, so either Hookshot later on the seed, of course, or
Yeah.
mitts. Do you need mitts from? Yeah, I think you need mitts.
Yeah, you'll need mitts.
Okay.
You can also do the drop down mitt spot as well, so then you wouldn't need hammer. If you do the TR entrance or the mitts on TR, you will need hammer to get out of that. But if you don't have hammer, you can still get to East Death Mountain in Light World by using mitts down at the drop down near Super Bunny Cave. And we're getting a straight Aga play.
Yeah,
Wiki not even going to check Super Bunny Cave. Really gambling that Aga is the play here.
So
well, we have...
despite the death from Lanxion, he did have a fairy that he picked up from... where was that again? I don't remember.
Bottle was in the front of Skullwoods. Oh my goodness, and it still was not enough.
If Wiki's fight was close, this was even closer. I think it might have been like one spin of Fighter Sword away from killing Moth.
Alright, so what's the play? He's starting... I'd imagine he's just going back to Skull Woods. I don't think there's any other checks left in Thieves Town, Village of Outcasts.
Yeah, he just has Digging Game at this point and Mothula. He probably
or he might be going down to Digging Game. Okay.
Yeah, probably like
just going from
thought about it later. Lanxion is gonna pick up his gloves, and I'm pretty sure similar to like Wiki, we're gonna see him go up the mountain instead of like retrying that Moth fight. I mean, it's a really different fight, so I cannot really blame either of the runners. Like, I'm not even sure if it's in logic. Like, someone maybe might know it, because I'm pretty sure like really low percent stuff is not necessarily in logic.
Oh, it was a 1. I didn't even notice that before. 1 did for the glove. And he's... Did he do chess game?
Yeah, he did get the lamp from chess game.
That was lamp. Okay, I guess he's just trying to farm some extra rubies here.
Yeah, that... He might need it for, you know, pod or something like that.
Always smart to get extra.
Yeah. Maybe even Bottle Vendor, funny enough. Since, like, neither of the runners have the Merle.
True. I'm very interested to see what Wiki's plan is going to be after this, because, like we were talking about, there are some options in the Light World, even without the Moon Pearl. And really gambling that nothing's going to be in East Dark Death Mountain and Super Bunny Cave. So he must really have an idea of, you know, I'm gambling that this is going to be the check I need to do, and I'm wondering what he's going to go to first with that information.
So my guess is that he probably wants to do the Front of Escape by, you know, dying and reviving in Super Bunny form, I think it's called, right?
Yep.
So that you could potentially get some checks that maybe that can help you survive the Lionels, because, you know, the Lionels up the mountain can be kind of scary. Like, from what I see from this seed, it feels like the Eastern Death Mountain has, the Dark Death Mountain has the Merle. That is like my guess.
I would probably think the same thing as well.
Yeah, so he probably wants to do Aga, get it out of the way, and potentially like farm those safeties. And yeah, as Vortex of Doom mentions that if you defeat Aga, it's a pretty good portal, nevertheless, in inverted, so Yeah, that is for sure.
Yeah.
Really nice.
So and then that's just another inverted quirk that was changed is once you beat Aga 1 in inverted, there's a portal placed to the north of Link's house in the Dark World as if you were walking to the pyramid, which will then teleport you to the Light World there, and that will appear once you beat Aga 1.
Oh yeah, they have the mirror.
The
They can
East
actually
Death
check-
Mountain. That is, I completely forgot they had even gotten mirror because that was the first thing they got. Never even
Yeah.
crossed my mind. Look at me over here.
Oh yeah, they have a bunch of stuff actually.
All right, yeah. Color me surprised. So someone else come commentate this for me. That is a fantastic play. This is why I don't run inverted. So yeah, that opens up. We could go do pod now with, or we can go back into Light World because we don't have money. We still need that 100 for pod. 110.
Yeah, it seems like it's Meyer play. Oh my god, the guards are out for blood. Let's see what Lanxion will choose to do. Is it Aga or... Okay, he's thinking about it.
Is he trying to mirror? Did he think he might have been able to ice rod? I think.
Yeah.
All right, it does look like he's going.
Uh-oh. This is scary.
Oh, he's lined up. Oh no.
Yeah, that's a death. I think the best play here would have been to bomb, like get iframes from bomb. or
Yeah,
something.
that's actually not a bad idea.
And
Wiki just doing everything.
Yeah. I think
He had to stare that guard down at first too. Had to waste his fairy, sadly.
Yeah. At this point, I think you mirror so that you get the iframes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vortex mentioned that as well. But it's fine. I mean, they have a fairy, I guess, so that's nice.
And the second bottle was a B as well, so not a safety, as you even saw him. Oh, but a nice 300 right there. Which won't be able to get. Another quirk for inverted is that you do need book to get any access to Desert Palace and Desert Palace Ledge. You cannot mirror up to Desert Palace Ledge in inverted.
Nice. Oh, that is actually kind of a bad saving point in my opinion. You can actually check the Bombo stuff. Oh wait, you don't have the Master Sword though. Never mind.
Oh
need the
yeah. You would need the
pick
master.
up,
You could check it, but you won't be able to activate it.
Okay, yeah. That could have been
And-
like a specific unique thing with a Super Bunny sprite. Maybe with a Fire Sword you can pick it, but nah, okay.
Oh, you're right. I'm so sorry. I thought you were just asking in general. I forgot that you meant Super Bunny form, or in Bunny form. I don't actually think you can in Bunny form.
Okay.
But now they're both going. I really don't know what Are we just get more hearts here and going back in for Aga? Okay, so Fire Rod does not kill Lionel either. We're all hard pushing over here. I think honestly, Pod might be the play. Farming up some rupees and going over to Pod. That's at least 4 checks.
Lanxion made it through the Lionel, so we're gonna see what these 2 checks are. My guess is it's probably the
Moonpearl.
Merle here. Yeah. And Aga for Lightworld access. I think that makes a little bit more sense.
And it
Or
is
what?
not. Full Heart is still a nice thing to see in an early inverted seed. But, gosh, so that really gives us, like you were saying, you could potentially Death Warp in Light World in a dungeon. Or we could go over to... Very smart taking, which same thing Lanxion did as well, is taking the hit from the projectile to take 2 damage instead of taking the body hit for 4.
Oh, Catfish is also in Logic now that I think about it.
Yes.
Yeah. So I can see Wiki heading there. Potentially
Full
first
magic.
like yeah, probably like doing the arrow game, I would imagine, before heading towards the Catfish so that you have the option for pod at this point, or even like the bottle vendor, because as we said, you can interact with NPCs, like the bottle
Yeah.
vendor. And the Merle there is a little bit tricky.
So 20 rupees is going to be just enough, assuming Wiki is going back to farm at Arrow Game. Otherwise, that Skull Woods, like we both said, I believe we only got one item out of Skull Woods, so there is possibly still something on Moth.
That is correct, and seems like it's Thieves Town play. Wiki does have 2 items on the back of Thieves Town.
Oh, that's right. They didn't finish the fight earlier.
Yeah, they also have like the blind cell item. While Lanxion is gonna make his way through Aga 1. So a little bit slow with just the fire sword and no magic. Like it would have been nice to have the magic to use the fire rod shots here.
Yeah, which actually, Krell, it was Krell that mentioned in chat, yeah, that Lan could have gotten the full magic when they were Super Bunny Cave, and they opted to leave without picking it up at all, which would make a huge difference through this Castle Tower play. So yeah, Vortex, I think it really comes down to the player preference right now, is that Wiki had already gone in here and got that death early. So it's probably in the back of their mind thinking, I could have done this. I know I have access to something later. Some people really get stuck on that mindset, while others will continue to push whatever gambles they take. So I think it really depends on the playstyle of each player.
Yeah, at the same time, like the Aga 1 play is not such a huge gamble. I mean, if you think about it, it's like all dungeons. Eventually, you are going to do it. It's a convenient spot as well.
Oh yeah, I guess I did say gamble. It definitely was not a gamble because it's logical. It opens up a decent amount of checks.
Yeah.
I just know myself, if I die in a dungeon, I'm constantly going to be thinking about the 1 or 2 checks left in there that I could have had for the last 15 minutes.
Yeah,
maybe
sure.
the Moon Pearl was in there, and if I'm going to kick myself if it was and I didn't go back there sooner. But then I'm going to kick myself if it isn't and I went back here instead of following up. So it's really one of those double-edged situations.
Also, routing wise, this is not that bad for Wiki because after Thieves Town, you can easily go to the Arrow game. So,
Yeah.
the possibility that we mentioned about going to Pod or Money or even Bottle Vendor if you kind of want to follow the Aga thing that you did.
Yep.
Makes it a little bit like easier to route instead of just going to digging game. You just get Thieves Town, as you said, complete Thieves Town and get those checks out of your head. Now, unfortunately, Wiki realized that he doesn't have the hammer, so isolating an item here.
But for all he knows, this could be Hammer right now. We know it's not, but
I'm pretty sure someone mentioned to me that the logic prevents that. It's like, I think you need the hammer to beat the dungeon logically. Oh my
that
god,
was super close. Yeah.
As Lanxion is on the Aga fight right now.
Yeah, so if Bid Chest has an item in it, then you need Hammer. Or Hammer can't be on blind. Yeah. Because then you wouldn't be able to fight blind to get Hammer. Makes sense. And the save and quit going... Did they not? I could have sworn Wiki made it through. Wiki did make it through. I am confused. I'm really trying to think about what.
Yeah, I'm a little bit confused here as well. We'll see, I guess. There are probably some things.
Was TR Quake? I didn't think anyone checked TR, but that might have happened when I wasn't looking.
Yeah, okay, he realized he made a mistake. Probably like right now, everyone is like trying to figure out what to do.
Yeah.
Where the Merle could be. Wiki does not have the money, but at this point it's not that bad, I think. It is kind of bad because you cannot really access money easily here.
Yep.
So you cannot do the bottle vendor. As Lanxion is gonna head towards Catfish, and I think that definitely makes quite a lot of sense here.
Really, really looking for just 13. Oh, there's a 5. Pick up the 5. I'm sorry. I'm like yelling. You're 13 rupees away from getting it. I really think pod is the play at this point. But I guess that's me. So we do get a drop down. So we get 4 of these 5 chests in well.
Oh, you can do
And
that?
that's red
Oh.
cane. Okay. Yeah, so it's the same way that Super Bunny works in Super Bunny Cave, is when you're in bunny form and you fall in a drop down similar to that, you are able to access items in that immediate area.
I actually didn't know
And
that.
spending the 100 on bottle vendor, you're over here, I get it. But I mean, 100 for bottle vendor, 110 for 5 checks in pod. I guess to each their own.
Yeah, I mean,
He can do arrow game, but he needs 20 rupees, so he's still going to need to get 7 rupees somehow. He's trying to do blacksmith. ₹10 is enough for blacksmith. That's right, Don. And I was so enthralled in Wicky's routing, I didn't even see what was on Catfish, but I don't see anything marked up on Tracker, so I'm going to assume it was nothing too significant. And now Lan, also following the same footsteps, going... Maybe I'm the crazy one here thinking to go to pod, and this maybe one of these things are the play, but... Wiki down to 3 rupees now.
oh, you can do purple chest?
Yep. all these little oddities that you don't really think about when you're not doing inverted.
Wait, is that a safe even to do this? Oh man, that can be kind of tricky. Okay, if the purple chest has progression, then this is gonna be super funny, honestly. Lanxion also has the money picking up from the well. Gonna grab the piece of heart.
Going to
At this
sit kit.
point, yeah, at this point, Lanxion is also mirroring Wiki steps. Yeah, I do have to mention that, you know, there is a risk going to pod because it could be bow locked, so you might not really have
that's
a lot of
true.
quest stuff. So you spend like 100, bucks for
One item. Well, I mean, again, that's the same as bottle vendor. So it was 1 item for 100.
Yeah.
Oh my good god!
Okay.
It
Now that
really
is a
was.
Now that is a row.
That's just so ridiculous. Oh my goodness.
That was fun. And we have light world access to, like, our actual form.
early mirror, like first chest mirror, to lamp on chest game, gloves on did game, to get to Aga, to get to light world, to get to smith. to get purple lunchbox, and then Moon Pearl. Jeez.
Really nice money route as well from Wiki, calculated, having just enough for everything. Even like the 50 rupees from the well really helped him there.
Honestly, for my what's up?
Yeah, Lanxion is just gonna follow up the same thing. I don't see Lanxion picking up the purple.
Yeah, he's leaving the chest behind. He might be going to. I don't know what.
Probably
are they?
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure.
It looks like they're going back. It looks like they're going back. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was gonna say at this point, I really want nothing to be in pod. Just I want to essentially eat my own words. I'm sitting here yelling at both the runners in this race to go to pod, and it's probably gonna be nothing. And I hope it is, because they're both making the right plays apparently.
Hey, we got pod money now. And Wiki is gonna opt to not go to Dark Cross. And I think that's a really reasonable play. You have the whole light world ahead for you.
Yep.
So you know you can like go to Sanctuary, like to the back of Escape and do Dark Cross then, and potentially save and quit and continue with other stuff.
Yeah, and that's the glory of Inverted, is that once you get that Moon Pearl and Light World access, half of the game has opened up for you. Basically, all of the Light World, plus you now also have typically gloves and maybe hammer, which open up more checks, and it's just a good 10-15 minutes of unlimited checks, basically.
Yeah, and this is exactly what Vortex of Doom mentions in chat, and I'm pretty sure Wiki actually had the same idea, and I completely forgot about that. Routing-wise, actually, is really good to complete Escape, because you start from Sanctuary and then you can head towards Kakariko.
Yep.
So yeah, Wiki just like forgot to do Anku before heading to Escape. So yeah, he needed to just clear Anku first before completing the whole Escape sequence. As Lanxion is just about to get the Merle, and we'll see what Lanxion will choose to do here, because this is like the beauty that you said about Inverted. Like once you get Lightfall access, you have so many things open, right? So
yeah,
you can choose a lot of stuff. It's like we found flippers in the Dark Cross.
Oh, I'm just now realizing that Land did not pick up the book, and I forget where book was.
The book was in Meyer said.
Meyer said, that's right. Because that actually could have been a check. When they got Moon Pearl, they could have walked right over and at least checked Bombo's tablet as well. Since they now would have access to check it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can actually check even in bunny form. Some people in chat can confirm that, though. I know.
Yeah, I honestly don't know.
Yeah, I know you can pick up items as bunny, but I'm not sure if you can just like check the tablet. Okay, we have Gina and Checkport Cave for Lanxion, and some nice text from Agina. As we sit down with the back of Escape and Sanctuary.
300. It's always nice to see. We could potentially get the Meyer Shed check on Lanxion's side as well, just because with them being over here already, two simple checks. Or not even going to checkerboard. Ooh.
Yeah, that death is more annoying rather than extremely costly. I'm pretty sure Lanxion will now continue with, Escape.
Yeah.
In the rest of Light World. But, it does feel bad that you could have potentially gotten that. Mire Shed and such, as Wiki gets the Master Sword.
Yeah. I think, yeah, in terms of the missing the Mire Shed and checkerboard for us, is that if you get Flute, you can go back there super quick. Really, like, later in the game, check those. But if Flute is in checkerboard cave, then you're going to have to walk all the way back there at some point, because they're likely not going back at any just for checkerboard at this point.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, we know, we have the information. Lanxion doesn't, but he's lucky that just the book is there. Because, like, it's right at the doorsteps of desert, which is, like, the only good usage of book, aside from the tablets. Because desert in inverted is only accessible with a book. And yeah, Mire Shed will be checked eventually, for sure. Since, like, Mire is a crystal. Lumberjack didn't have anything for us. Wiki's gonna do like the usual light wall stuff, as Lanxion is also following the steps of Wiki.
I wonder if Wiki, I think, might be going for Stall Woods play with them pulling out their mirror as they're coming into Lost Woods here.
That is actually a really good choice. You do have the Master Sword, which is like a really big upgrade now. You have
and
more
they can
hearts.
do a ped check. Vortex is bringing up with that book access, they can check ped, and then they go right back. This is some very nice routing. Again, something like I never even crossed my mind until I saw them pulling out mirror. Or maybe they're not. Maybe they were going to book.
I'm pretty sure Wiki is gonna do.
Oh, sorry, as I screamed into the mic.
Actually, that is not that great though in this mode, right? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, well, so you don't need it for Mire access. It's just in terms of easier access around everywhere. It would be the same with boots. Like, you don't almost really need boots, but they're useful. It's just easier to get around when you want to get around.
I mean, I need boots. Otherwise, I'm gonna be upset. But yeah, not a big deal in inverted to not have the flute, because you can access Mire through desert.
Oh boy.
Lanxion is heading towards a death there from Wiki. Luckily for him, he didn't use a lot of magic, so the magic situation is not that bad. So you can like repeat that. Lanxion is gonna get the flippers from Dark Cross. And he's gonna go ahead and complete the rest of the escape sequence. Yeah, like after having a death on the moth fight, you can definitely see that Wiki wants to play a little bit safer in Skywards, just in case. And unfortunately runs out of like time there. Yeah. I think extremely safe to like save.
Oh, they got grabbed. I mean, at this point, I'd imagine just take the time, and again, this is your third time through, so you're going to be more frustrated, but take the time to just spin slash these Gibdos and get them out. Instead of dying a third time or getting grabbed, just play it super safe. Or use all your magic.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you do have Master Sword, so it's not that bad.
Alright, much smoother through there that time.
Let's see what Lanxion is going to do heading into the light world. I'm pretty sure he's going to do like more or less the same stuff. At this point though, Lanxion also has completed Skywards. So wait, no, Lanxion has not completed Skywards, my bad.
Nope, they also died in the moth fight.
Oh, we did get a map check. I don't think we had a map check from Wiki side. Pendant Eastern,
you're right.
Pendant Desert. Eastern being the green pendant. It's pretty convenient since Saha is right there.
Yeah. I'm holding my breath as I wait for this. Even with 8 hearts, 7 hearts, it's always scary.
Yeah, Lanxion grabbing the Master Sword as well from Graveyard Ledge.
All right,
And
beautiful, beautiful.
And let's see what the item was from Mothula.
Good key, just what you want to see.
Yeah.
So
This
what
is
I was
not
gonna say.
I'm just gonna answer real quick in chat.
Yeah.
This is not any percent. This is a randomizer race. This is for the A Link to the Past Randomizer League, the playoffs, the division final between OK Game and Team Oyai. And as Crab mentions in chat, no, these are the settings for this randomizer. And go ahead. I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
Oh, yeah. So I was gonna say, just for some, I guess, safety optimization for that fight. If you have green mail and blue mail, it's actually better, I believe, to take damage to the spikes than it would Moth, because Moth does 2 damage at green mail, and the spikes will always do 1 damage despite your mail you have on. So if you have red mail, you're gonna better benefit from taking damage hitting Moth than taking damage from a spike. So kind of imagining what you'd rather get hit by in some of those situations. 3 hits from Moth would have ended that fight, but 3 hits from spikes, you still have 3 hearts left after that.
So we're gonna see some simultaneously clear of Kakariko Village from both of these runners. Lanxion opted not to go to Skywoods. He didn't have magic, so that definitely makes sense. You mentioned earlier that it's not that bad to go back to Skywoods later. Unfortunately, they don't have like the flute to 3, but I mean, it's not that far away from the old chapel, I think it's called in the Dark World.
Yeah.
Especially if you find boots later on, you know, that it's like 2 straight lines, I guess, is called woods.
Yeah, Dark Sanctuary. That's what we said, right? Same thing.
Yeah, that's what I said for sure.
Yeah. Clip it. Prove me wrong. Anyway, yeah. So again, just like I mentioned before, we got 15 minutes of so many overworld checks in Light World that are ahead of us. You're going to see them probably do very similar routing, go all the way down to South Shore, and either finish South Shore going towards Zora or go towards Eastern after this. If they find Bow, it will most likely be Eastern. Get Green Pendant, turn that in.
And yeah, as far as what dungeons we can clear, we don't really have many. Yeah, we don't have any.
I say 2 of the easier ones being the Dark World ones, Skullwoods and Thieves Town, because all you really need is Fire Rod, and you can complete both of them, or at least Skullwoods and Thieves Town, completable from the start.
Yeah, potentially we can do Desert Palace, but that it's if it's not boots locked. And hello everyone from SpeedGaming 3 joining us. I hope you're having a lovely evening. We are just doing game 4 in the division finals of Palace of Darkness. The race, you can say it just started because we have Light World access.
Yeah, so even though it looks like we are 50 minutes in, the game really only opened up about 10 minutes ago.
So yeah, I expect Wiki to check Bobo's tablet and then potentially do the South Shore. That's my guess, as Lanxion is heading towards South Shore immediately now. Gonna see a dam check. You can actually check the first chest of Swamp Palace as well.
If they want to, and I know some people that are crazy enough to do that. I mentioned before one of them does it here. Yeah, actually, K45 not a bad check here either.
Yeah, probably Wiki forgot about it after checking Maze Race. So
yeah,
you know, after Civic Win, just go there. And we're gonna see the hype cave of the light world, the mini Moldrum cave. Yeah, we have a lot of equipment this time around. Now, usually when we see it in, non-inverted randomizers, where we usually have only bombs or even just the fighter sword. This time around, we are equipped to just destroy the mini Moldorms. And we're gonna have Agina and Checkpoint Cave for Wiki.
They can do ice. Oh, ice palace, you mean? Oh man.
There is no hammer though.
So yeah, they would only really be able to get half of the chests out of there, and they would not be able to finish it.
But they can actually dive Ice Palace. There is potentially some stuff there.
So Tempered was in Checkerboard, and with Lanxion dying earlier, as we were talking about, they probably are not going back there for a while. So probably... Oh wait, where did they get Tempered from?
It was in Mini Moldrum Cave.
Oh, I did not even see that. So we know where... So it doesn't matter at all. Okay. So we know where all four of the... Well, all four are. Yeah. And as Krell is mentioning, with this being hard item pool, it will not matter at this point. Yeah, I did not even notice the Tempered come out of Mini Moldorm.
But yeah, we can go to Ice Palace, as Kep on Stage mentions. I don't think the runners want to go there, since it's probably... Like, you're not really gonna find a lot of stuff. You can potentially have 3 to 4 chests out of the whole 8 items there. So definitely not super worth. Wiki is gonna check Desert Palace, see if it's boots locked. After doing Bombus Tablet and such, it's not super bad to do that. You can continue South Shore later. And you can get something for Desert. It is boots locked. So good thing we're gonna get boots in the seed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Wiki just wants to
save and quit.
Yeah, I thought that he wanted to just like open Mire since he's there, but yeah, he's probably gonna continue South Shore now as Lanxion is heading towards Waterfall Ferry. Yeah, Waterfall Fountain. Wait. Yeah, the waterfall,
Yeah. It's okay, I wasn't gonna question it. Waterfall Ferry. And maybe get a ferry check here? Yep. So we got some mitts. We found our mitts. Easier light world access from all around now.
Yeah, not a hard required item. Actually, it's not a required item at all in Inverted. The mitts in this stage of the run don't unlock anything, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, since we've already done Agra, we have the access to Light World. Should we want it? Should that be the way we go? You don't need it for Mire. You don't need it for TER.
Yeah, we did the Smith Chain with Mirror, and you also have access to Hammer Pegs without like the mitts.
Mitts are required for King's Tomb, so not for dungeon access, but for King's Tomb, and could be required for Eastern Dark World, or sorry, Eastern Death Mountain access if we do not get Hood Shot, or if Hood Shot is over there.
Zora doesn't have anything, just the Boomerang. I guess Boomerang can be nice.
I know some people who will go out of their way to pick up a Boomerang. There's some cool little tricks you can do with it.
Yeah, like a GT stuff as well, with some switches and everything. We're gonna see a simultaneous check of Catfish and the Zora stuff here for Wiki.
Yeah, and Wiki now picking up their mitts and getting their potion check. Just for a B.
Yeah, now that I think about it, the mids unlock the Eastern Mountain, right? Yeah. So that's actually quite a good item. Funny enough. It's like
And
you can drop down, if I'm not yeah, you can drop down, lift the rock,
yeah,
and
yeah.
be Eastern Mountain. So that's
Lane's just going through some muscle memory of taking that, thinking they needed to mirror up to Spectacle Rock. Gets the best of us.
yeah. So I wonder if Wiki is gonna continue South Shore or, do what Lanxion is trying to do.
Okay, we're getting the TR check.
Yeah,
and it's also Quake.
If Lanxion, okay, he wanted to check only. If he takes the portal though, he's gonna be locked, as you mentioned.
Yeah. So we don't have enough magic, I don't think. Yeah, he doesn't have enough magic to do it.
I didn't know there were 2 portals. I thought there was only 1.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they added it. I like the symmetry, but in terms of usefulness, you don't really need both of them.
Wiki is heading up there as well, completely leaving South Shore behind. Now, luckily for Wiki, there was nothing South Shore. Like, there was a sword, which he already had tempered, which is like the max that you can get.
Yep. So yeah, he's really not leaving much behind here. And it may look like Lanxion is ahead at the moment, with Wiki also taking the portal muscle memory. But for anyone that came in with the raid, Wiki has also finished Stall Woods, so that extra time spent going there is kind of the difference of the minute and a half of routing between the two of them.
Yeah, more or less. You can say that Lanxion did South Shore while Wiki did desert stuff.
Yeah.
He also has information about Meyer, while Lanxion doesn't have that. And, also having the book is a really, really nice thing. Paradox Save doesn't have anything for us, unfortunately.
So I'm interested to see if Lanxion is going to mirror into the back of TR, because it looked like they wanted to go in, and when they couldn't get in the front, they came to Light World. So I'm going to assume they recognize they can get in with mirror, but without them doing that immediately after not going in the front of TR, I'm curious to see if they do.
Yeah, probably, a little bit of unfamiliarity with inverted can cause you a little bit of confusion. Up the mountain, you can say the inverted is the trickiest part.
Yeah.
Like, the mountain is the trickiest part of inverted, so I'm pretty sure Lanxion knows what to do now at this point.
And trying to go to Hera? No, he just wanted. I think he might be looking for magic. It just no reason to have killed that enemy unless you're looking for something.
Yeah, you have access to TR with Quake, so you can do like the front of TR. You can actually do the whole TR.
Well,
actually.
Yeah, so that's what I was saying. They have access with mirror as well, but I'm not sure that Lanxion recognizes that. Because they're really going for that magic, unless they need it for track. Is that not enough to do the cart ride with Red Cane?
I'm pretty sure it's enough. There were no mail upgrades in Paradox, and Wiki is gonna give us access to like Laser Bridge, or like a first view to Laser Bridge here. Gonna get a smoke key. Actually, he's gonna follow up as well soon. Laser Bridge can be kind of tricky to dodge those lasers.
Oh yeah, here we go. We're going for a Laser Bridge.
Yeah, a good thing about this situation is like even if you die, the entrance is right there, so it's not that bad. So inverted.
You got it.
Okay, inverted means that we start from the dark world. Like the two worlds are inverted, and like the heart specifically mentions like the item pool, meaning that the maximum mail upgrade is green mail, and you can only get tempered. Also, silvers are not in this seed. You only have one bow. And the max 14 hearts, I think, right? Something like that.
Yeah, 14 at most. And one Ganon hug is 8 damage. So during the Ganon fight, you take 2 hits and you die.
Aside from like not only in crosskeys but also in inverted, we get to see something kind of weird, which is like TR backwards. So we'll see Wiki and Lanxion doing that right here. A lot of the times, it's required to do this backwards thing here, you know, to get like some of the items. Like the big key can be in Laser Bridge, or even the fire rod can be in Laser Bridge, even though we do have the fire rod. Need to mention that.
So Lanxion taking the long way to refill magic, as he had no magic, basically coming in here, getting that full magic and 2 heart refill.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, taking a roller spike into the face here. Those rollers hurt.
Yep.
Yeah, luckily they do have a magic powder here. So if they manage to make it to this lava chest, they will get some refill, as we see from Wiki's side. Quick swap. Oh my god.
Oh no, the pokey, and even with the fairy as well.
Yeah, that is a really, really hard death here for Wiki. Gonna spawn all the way back there. Yeah, the pokey bounced back. It's quite unfortunate that happened. The skull does quite a bit of damage with green mail. I think it's 4 hearts, if as we saw there.
Yeah.
So yeah, TR is not a friendly dungeon for sure. Even the change homes up there, like in the first floor, I guess, deal 4 points of damage. Lanxion is gonna access to the lava chest, manage to avoid all the enemies there.
Yep. And it's important to note. Oh, go on.
No, we just got bombs. That's it.
Got bombs. As it's important to note that we are still looking for bid key, which seems to be all the way at the front, and at this point is gonna kind of, well, I shouldn't say, it is gonna leave the bid chest for likely when they come back. Either they can do bid chests right after the dungeon if they want a mirror, or they can put it off until they get hammer to come back and do it with Mimic Cave. Both are going to be viable options, but at this point it's not going to be routed in the travel through this dungeon because it's way too out of the way at this point.
Yeah, we're seeing...
And Wiki just in here as well.
Yeah, just like an interesting check here. Doing the back of TR first into like the the front, even though we do have access to the front.
Oh, just a little safety, trying to make sure he didn't get hit. Totally why he did that, I'm sure. And that heart refill is nice.
Yeah, super clutch.
Oh, Lanxion realizing he doesn't have hook shot as he's taking the long way around the nice scenic route.
The classic. Everyone has done that. We're gonna see new checks here in the roller room. It's also extremely rude that we know where the ice rod is, and we cannot really complete the dungeon now.
Yep. For map and compass. Good use of time. I'm sure he's very happy to see those. Now we know where all the chests are.
Yeah, I was about to say, did they not check about those things? But then I realized there's one item.
Yeah, well, there's two, actually, because there's bid chest and boss.
You are correct. Okay.
And are we going back for the boss fight? Oh, we're actually going back in for bid chest on Lanxion's side.
Yeah, we also don't have the ash rod for the boss
Oh, yeah,
fight.
yeah, well, I recognize it. I just thought that's what they were doing at first.
Okay, gotcha. Not much left. Wiki is gonna complete like the mountain trip with the spiral cave, as Lanxion goes all the way back to check the big chest. At this point, there are not really a lot of things left. It's like the desert area for Lanxion. We know that there's nothing there, and we know that South Shore doesn't have anything, which is something that Wiki hasn't checked either.
I like this routing, not only because this routing is going to be quicker to get bid chest, but he can go right to Spiral Cave from here.
Oh yeah, I actually didn't realize that you can do something like that, but yeah, that is definitely really, really good.
Yeah, and I think it seems pretty clear that the way Wiki had gone, it seems to be much faster than having gone through the dungeon backwards to get here.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, there is not really a lot of things left for these runners. There's Pod, Ice Palace, without hammer, also Pod without hammer. The first chest of Swamp Palace and Eastern Palace. Oh, so as Bandman. Yeah, as Bandman mentions, they're skipping Mimic Cave.
Well, they don't have hammer.
Oh,
you need hammer to get to the bat chest in Mimic Cave.
Yeah, it might be.
But so no, that's fine. Because I probably would have done the same thing. This goes back to time and time we've been mentioning. Like, if you aren't very used to inverted, there's a lot of small little quirks that you might not think about, or that you think, oh, I'm here normally. I can't be in TR without hammer. Let me go do Mimic Cave when you don't have it. Just little things like that. And to know while they're covering each other's footsteps right now, both these runners, if they had really been counting their chest correctly, would have known that that last chest had to have been a key in bid chest. They could have saved themselves time from going back there, because you still logically need that fourth key out of that chest to finish the whole dungeon, and neither of them picked it up in any of the chests.
Okay, yeah, you are. The logic applies as well. I actually didn't know that.
So again, that's something I never would have thought about, because I don't do inverted normally. But seeing that key there, it reminded me that it makes sense now in hindsight, which I'm sure both of them probably thought the same thing.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, we're gonna see Skyward's completion from Lanxion. With temperature this time around, it will be much easier. And look at the health bars as well.
Yeah, 11 male or 11 hearts. This would be a feat to lose, as I hope I do not. No, they're doing fine. I'm not jinxing this fight.
Yeah, Wiki is gonna grab nothing here. So a really good thing about Wiki's routing here is, like, you can do the South Shore checks and mirror to either go to Pod or Ice Palace. So, you don't really have to do a lot of walking and everything. So if you do, for example, even having completed like Zora and Waterfall, you can choose to go from Hobo to Pod with like a really simple mirror. There are like the stairs in the Dark World. Or you can like choose to go to Ice Palace, which I don't think Wiki is gonna do that. I'm pretty sure that he's gonna opt to go to Pod. And this is
Yep.
interesting because Wiki did not check the big chest in Scarwoods. So Lanxion is going to do that check as well.
Okay, I wasn't sure if maybe we just miscounted and that's why he didn't, but I guess there might still be something in here.
Yeah, there is 100%, and it's
10 arrows, yeah. Very happy about that, I'm sure.
Oh,
But
yeah,
to comment on what you were suggesting with rounding is, I think that very clearly is a good decision, either or. So depending on the style of runner, you can go for quality or quantity of chests, meaning going for Pod, Eastern Palace first, and then coming back, or you can go for routing time, doing Ice Palace, and then going to Pod or Eastern. So either way, you're going to get a lot of checks. It just depends on how you want to route this out.
Yeah, so at this point, Lanxion is gonna head towards Eastern and Saha's Closet, while Wiki will have Hobo and will either choose to do a saving quit, which is probably the better choice now that I think about it. We don't have the hammer to do to go to Eastern through the portal. So if you want to check both Pod and Eastern, yeah, you have to do a saving quit.
I'm really interested. Like, I'm at this point, I'm really just thinking, where is Hammer? And Hammer. Sorry, I said Hammer and Hammer. Hammer and Bow. Both are locking a decent amount of the seed at this point. Boots, we know we need for Desert, and could potentially be needed for Mire. But Hammer locking both the back of, or well, the boss for Pod and half of Ice Palace, and then Bow locking Pod and Eastern Palace.
Yeah, we also have Hera and the Ice Rod with that hammer. We know the Ice Rod is in Spectacle Rock, on Spectacle Rock, sorry. So yeah, that hammer is definitely high priority. Finding Boots is actually not an unlikely scenario because we do have Quake for Mire, and we do have everything else to clear Mire. So I'm not gonna be surprised if we do see that.
Yeah, so even though it looks like, I mean, they have a little under half of their item pool filled up here, it looks like they have a decent amount of items, but really all the items they're missing are the progress they need. Everything is locked basically by at least one item at this point.
Wiki is gonna choose to open Pod. Probably was considering leaving Eastern behind. Like
and there's Bow.
Bow in Eastern Palace.
Eastern Palace.
Yeah, that's an interesting item placement for sure.
And it looks like Wiki is going to be following right up there, so they're both going to be getting Bow. I guess sadly for Lanxion, not that big of an advantage since Wiki is coming in hot on his trail. But that even gives more, I mean, we're going to be able to finish Eastern here now, and gives more of a reason to now dive into Pod and get everything except essentially boss.
Yeah, Wiki was probably considering going to Pod first. That's why he picked up Kiki, which I think it was a good decision because there's like a lot of items in Pod, but then realized, oh, I don't have the bow, so I cannot really access to a lot of the stuff. Checking Eastern first might not really be a bad thing, so he's gonna be happy about picking up that bow for sure.
Nice little damage boost for the bid key. Gets us bid chest now in the back of Eastern. Wiki picking up their Bow.
So yeah,
just
we are boots away from like pedestal, but as we did
Ooh!
mention, okay, that is a
Hook
really nice
shot.
item. Right now, hookshot only unlocks 3 items in hookshot cave, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken. Because
Oh no, we don't have boots, so it would be all 4.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. You're right about that. And
Hook
as
does
mentioned,
unlock Mire.
yeah, as Krell mentions, we also have Mire stuff there, too. So I'm interested to see if Lanxion will choose to head towards the mountain to get those 4 chests out of the way in Hookshot Cave, because he doesn't have the knowledge for Mire, or if he's going to decide to go towards the Mire area. Obviously, I think both of the runners will check pod first, for sure.
Yeah. So at this point, I think all that we as commentators know we need is boots and boots and hammer.
Yep.
Because we know where Iserod is. And I think that's it.
Yep. 2 items away from Go mode at this point.
As I was sitting here not even 5 minutes ago saying how they need all these items, and now they're 2 items away.
Yeah. So Lanxion is gonna give the green pendant, and they're probably gonna pick up Kiki as well and go to pod, I assume. That is very easy.
Not...
Yeah, it's nice. I guess you pick it up and you're like, okay, there's a high chance I have the medallion for Mire, since Lanxion doesn't have the information yet, as I mentioned. So that feels a little bit nice. And he's gonna head towards the desert area, I feel like, at this point. So yeah, boots and hammer. I don't know how common it is to have hammer for Go mode.
Yeah, well, yeah, I guess inverted is strange in itself, but very fun. If anyone is watching and has not done an inverted seed, it really is a fresh look at routing, and it creates new puzzles. If you enjoy the puzzle aspect of Randomizer, definitely suggest doing an inverted.
So Wiki is having a really nice fight there from in Eastern Palace on the Armos Knights. Lanxion is doing the dam, and I'm not sure if he will choose to do Swamp Palace. He does not have the hammer to continue further in.
Probably these first 2, or this first chest here.
Yeah, probably. I hope he didn't realize that he doesn't have the hammer. Or, maybe going towards the desert, you just get this check out of the way because, you don't have a lot of stuff left. Like, I can see that being a thing. It's not that bad.
I mean, I can agree that I've come in here before, not realizing, not mirroring out. It looks like he's going in. Yep, so I've come in here before, not realizing, oh, I don't have hammer to push through. Because you just got hook shot. Normally when you get hook shot, that's like a full clearable swamp. You go do it. That's happened to me here and happened to me in... Oh.
Yeah, we do have a little bit of a freeze here, but...
We'll catch up. I'm sure he's going to realize it in about 5 seconds and be on his way to desert.
Yep.
Well, Wiki coming in pod here, and that first chest... This is where both runners can watch this back and call me out and tell me I was wrong.
Wow, you mean like investing 100 rupees to get
to get the 3 bombs?
I think that was worth it.
I mean, if this was my seed in my race, that would have been hammer. But that's what it is. Yeah. So we got Lanxion back here.
Yeah, he skipped pod, and yeah, not realizing he doesn't have hammer, heading out. At least it's not that bad, as we mentioned. You can at least route desert and Mire, so that's nice for him. And he has access to both dungeons, so, or at least he will get the book now, and he's gonna do Meyer as well with that hookshot.
Yeah, so this really is, in my opinion, this is a very light gamble on Lanxion's part because he was already at Pod. He had access to everything but the boss. Really only looking for one item, and he made his way all the way over here to a full clearable dungeon for 2 items, basically. And now, desert, but we know that nothing's in desert. So he's really hoping that, hook shot was the way and will lead him to another item on Meyer.
Yeah, to be fair though, he probably thought that he could clear Swamp as well.
That is true, because he did go in expecting to be able to go through it.
Yeah, so probably he just like had that idea he could do Swamp, which is like 6 checks.
That's a lot.
Yeah, but yeah, unfortunately no hammer. But it's fine. He's gonna get information about desert being boots locked, and at this point, I think you will dip Meyer.
Yep. But he didn't full clear Meyer, I believe. And with that, I wonder if nothing is in Meyer, does he continue with the hook shot and follow that to Hookshot Cave, or does he then go back to Pod, which so far does not have anything in it?
I'm pretty sure you go to Hookshot Cave, I think, instead of Pod. It is a really long dungeon, and if you are a little bit behind at that point, or if you like made that small blunder, you just need to do something different, right, to potentially catch.
And then if nothing is there, you're routing in twice. All the way having to go there, so you go there, nothing's there, and then you have to go back later. That's the 30 seconds of just minimum 30 to 45 seconds walking to Pod.
At the same time, there are a lot of runners who just like don't like double dipping Pod, or they don't like Pod at all. So
guilty.
Yeah, it was probably like a decision that he really thought about.
All right, so we are going to get, as expected, the Meyer dip here. And despite what I was saying about doing Pod, I do think this is a good play now that he has come all the way over here, or like gone to Swamp. I think this is hopefully going to pay out.
Yeah, in the meantime, when you get like the saving quid from Pod instead of like mirroring and all those things, Wiki will check Hookshot Cave. He does have the info about Meyer. He can clear Meyer, and in his mind it's just 4 checks compared to the 2. So playing with numbers, it makes a little bit more sense to him. But obviously, going to Meyer is not bad either because crystal clear.
We actually did Wiki check green pendant before going to Pod?
He did. He got the ether.
He did. So like, I know that's what it was. Sorry, so I remember seeing Lanxion check it. I just didn't remember Wiki doing it.
20 rupees the first item in Meyer, and Hookshot Cave has 20 rupees.
20. 10 arrows.
The suspense.
Oh, okay. So where's it gonna be? This hammer is very elusive.
Yeah. So at that point, it's Meyer or Ice Palace. Something like that.
Yeah.
Wiki is taking the portal here. There is probably a check he didn't do. Oh, he just wants to save and quit.
The save and quit, yeah.
Yeah, to start from Aga. So inverted, for those who don't know, basically the 2 worlds are inverted. So you start from the dark world, and the light world is, the dark world, I guess, in this mode. So when you take a portal, you take that portal to the light world. There are a couple of things that change in that mode, so inverted can be a little bit complicated at first. But if you do a couple of seeds, you will get used to it, for sure. Having those map trackers is also really, really nice.
Yep. Wow, I'm just like, everything is not an item in Mire, and it's driving me crazy.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting. I just want the confirmation that it's hammer or not. I'm sure these runners are thinking the same thing. Like, I'm here worrying, and they're probably opening every chest, just like, please, let this be anything.
So unfortunately, it cannot be in the Hera basement because we don't have access to Hera.
Yep, we need hammer to get access to Hera.
And the only thing that can be in the Hera basement that is kind of trolly is the boots.
So there is an...
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry. There is an item in cutscene chest here. Vanilla big key chest for those that don't know or that want to know the term.
So aside from Mire, there's also Ice Palace. Yep, that is correct.
And Ice Palace, so Ice Palace is semi-hammer locked. You have, in logic, you have two chests locked behind hammer, and boss locked behind hammer. But with Red Cane, you can technically get to big key chest without it, but hammer logically cannot be there anyway. So there's really no reason to use Red Cane in Ice Palace. They're probably gonna have to go, or they will have to go the normal way around.
And after this whole wait, what are we gonna have here on the cutscene chest?
Bid 20. Mushroom.
Okay, so at least we killed Aga 1. So having killed like Aga 1, getting to the potion shop is not that bad. So yeah, that is good. And we see Wiki going super aggressive to the backside immediately. I don't.
Yeah, again, knowing this is all dungeons, it's not the worst play, but you still will have to clear out that first the Mire 2 room.
Yeah. It is not an aggressive play because you already found an item, and you know the second item can be on the boss as well. I kind of wonder if Wiki will decide to go back to Mire though for that second item.
Yep.
That mushroom could be useful.
Well, yeah. So like we had said, at this point, it's really you have what 1, 2, 3. Potentially 4 chests that you can check in Ice Palace, and mushroom. That's it. I think that's all we have left.
Yeah, not a super fun seed for sure.
Yeah, I say that makes it a 1 in 5 chance. Mushroom is the progress that they need. Or even more so, a 1 in 3 chance, because there's only... No, there's three items in Ice Palace. So sorry, 1 in 4 chance. That mushroom is the needed progression. Oh, some real nice spin strats on Vitreous here. From both sides. Getting mirror, hopefully not going to mirror out.
Nah, Lanxion is a really experienced NMG runner, so just to save a couple of frames before they fire the last shot, they do switch to mirror.
Yeah, so it looks like with mirror out, they're likely gonna mirror and save and quit, and go turn in that mushroom.
Yeah, they cannot mirror here, but I'm pretty sure...
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's considering either giving a mushroom now or going to Ice Palace. I'm pretty sure the mushroom will take priority. Or, I don't know. Oh, Hookshot Cave, yeah. So, yeah, Lanxion at this point...
They've not done Hookshot, that's right.
Yeah. And yeah, we're gonna see Wiki jumping into Mire as well. I mean, there are not a lot of checks left, and you kind of have to come back at that point. We did not see the 2 items in desert. I'm pretty sure
Yep.
that, yeah, we didn't see them, so we could potentially see boots being the next item, and the boots lead to hammer in desert.
Yeah.
Or at
I mean,
mode.
so technically, for those of you that are advocates of stealing a key, you could have stolen that bat key in desert and maybe get hammer right side, which could lead you to Ice Palace where boots are. I think that would be the only positive right now to stealing the bat key in desert.
Yeah, at the same time though, I gotta say that if you found the hammer like that, then there is a high chance that you do a lot of extra stuff.
Yeah.
At the same time though, I don't know, you one dip pod, so that's nice. But yeah, that's a hypothetical, of course. Yeah, Lanxion realizes that he does not have the hammer to get out of that place.
And Witty gonna make his way over to get his mushroom now as well. But yeah, I think you mentioned it maybe like 10 minutes ago, but just every chest that we open really confirms that this seed has not been very friendly in terms of the routing and item locations. And no hammer to go. All right.
Yeah, I mean,
go to the
if you
portal.
have-
Does he know about the portal? Okay, he's
Yeah.
going to the portal.
So I mean, having Merle on purple chest alone is a super trolly thing. So yeah, this seed has been something, that's for sure.
Oh no, Lanxion. So just something as simple. Oh wait, he's going Bombos. Never mind. Don't listen to me. My routing advice is moot right now.
Yeah. Yeah, it
Oh
was
my
a little bit
gosh.
isolated. Bombus was a little bit isolated there. Wiki's gonna get the mushroom. At this point, I think Wiki will give the mushroom before heading to Ice Palace. I think he's wondering where his portal was, and I am considering the same thing. Where is his portal? I'm pretty sure he had the portal in front there. That was kind of weird. And probably he forgot that he had the portal from Aga 1, so he's just gonna take the portal up there and save and quit. As Lanxion is heading towards...
That's my
mushroom.
question as well.
Yeah, he's gonna save and quit. He probably forgot. That
Oh
he
yeah,
had
that's what you're talking about with the portal. That's why I thought you were
Yeah.
talking about Lanxion. I was like, Lanxion just took the portal. Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Wiki's forgot about the portal. I mean, at that point, it's like an hour and 30 minutes into the seed without hammer.
Yeah.
They're probably a little bit exhausted at this point. Wow, that
So it's what's it gonna be?
drum rolls, and we have. I'm not exactly sure where the big key was for pod.
Oh my god.
Okay, we have Ice
Oh
Palace.
my gosh.
That
It's
is
just-
yeah.
I feel like it hurts the most because they've had Red Cane for a while, so you can Icebreaker in Ice Palace to get through everything, but in this instance you really cannot.
To be honest, I'm not sure if doing Icebreaker is that advisable. To be honest, because there is a chance you don't find a small key and you get soft locked.
Yeah.
Or I guess like you can mirror and do the dungeon again. Now that I think about it, not soft lock necessary, but yeah. Yeah, 3 chests, and one of them is not in logic done, so one of them cannot be the hammer if you do icebreaker, because it's hammer locked. Yeah, and now you see Lanxion is gonna head towards Pod. That makes sense, way more sense than going to Ice
That
Palace.
is right. I forgot they didn't do pod. Yeah, that was so long ago that Wiki had gone and done it.
Yeah, like no one really wants to go to Ice Palace without a hammer.
But now Wiki is going to Swamp.
Yeah, gonna do like the first chest
The
and
first
then
chest.
then head to Ice Palace. Kind of makes sense there at that point. But honestly, I want to say both of the runners probably feel not in a great spot.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, your
Like,
last
obviously-
locationing hammer.
And you did have the... Well, you didn't really have Ice Palace really that early. The flippers were in Dark Cross. So, yeah, you had access to Ice Palace like in 30 minutes into the seed. But having the whole light wall ahead of you,
Yeah.
you're not gonna check Ice Palace. It's, yeah, it's not gonna happen. We're getting the 50 rupees, send the mirror out.
The sync mirror, both mirrored at the same time.
Yeah.
So we have, unless either of us are forgetting something, this should be last location. I can't think of anything else. So Wiki, you're really gonna be the first one to get this progress, and then we'll still have a lot of options available unless boots are also in Ice Palace.
I mean, at that point, once you find the hammer, you just go mode dungeons and hope you find the boots. Like you already did so many overworld checks.
Yeah.
Like the only overworld check you have left is powder, I think. With like the hammer, and then you also have like probably you will go to the mountain. I think that makes more sense because you have Hera with the Astro. You can clear TR as well. And after you're done with these 2 dungeons, you're gonna head towards Swamp, which is by far the high density location, or even like clear Pod, because like there is still one item, if I'm not mistaken. One item on Trinex, on Helmasaur, sorry. So we are getting a map, and that is pretty interesting. I'm trying to see exactly how we could find the hammer. The hammer can be in Iced Tea, so that means
it would be Iced Tea. Oh no,
Okay,
it could
so
also be because we got fire
Yeah,
out, so it could be the
freezer. Yeah.
freezer room. Yeah.
Wiki is gonna do an icebreaker.
We're gonna gamble that the small key is over here,
Yeah.
or we're gonna muscle memory it. I don't know.
I mean, there's a high chance I think that a small key is here in this chest.
And there you
but
go.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there was a high chance for that one because you found a map,
In the
either
first,
map
yeah.
or compass. Yeah. And you kind of know that there is a hammer in one of the other chests, I think. Now the awkward thing is if you find the hammer, then do you clear the dungeon or do you go back? Because like the map chest in Ice Palace could potentially have the boots, which is like really, really bad.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we also have a Thieves Town big chest too with that hammer for the boots.
Yep.
Okay, I mean, I'm not really expecting the runners gonna get that. Okay, so Ice Tea Room, we...
It's
Wait,
gotta
did we
be.
need- Yeah, did we need the hook? No, we didn't need the hook for that.
Nope.
Yeah, unfortunately, Wiki is gonna have to go all the way around because he hit the switch. Lanxion not finding anything in pod.
So actually, what might we're gonna find out what this is, but if this is boots, that might actually pay off better, because that will siphon the amount of checks left for Hammer, because boots will send you to Desert Palace and a few other checks. That doesn't open up a lot, and then Hammer really has to be behind one of those.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think the runners really want to see the big
Hammer.
Alright, nice hammer in ISD. Wiki is going to clear the dungeon now. So
the play really is, hope for something on boss.
So yeah, he's gonna leave, I think, an item behind. If I'm not
Yeah, because that was
mistaken.
his second. So he'll be if there's nothing on boss, then he will leave a third item. Oh wait, no. No, so yeah, he got keys and hammer. So there will be a third item left behind.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure, but I think there is a really high chance that I'm trying to think exactly now. I'm a little bit confused. The big key is hammer locked, I know that for sure. It's like it's the only chest that Wiki has access now, and the big key could be there. So there is something. Oh, there are two items, one on boss and one on Wiki. Unfortunately missing the spin. So it's gonna have a really awkward cold stir fight. And with the green mail, this is pretty scary fight.
Yeah.
If you mess up like the initial spin. Yeah, Lanxion not too far away now. After pod, he's gonna head to Ice Palace as well.
So potentially, if I'm assuming Lanxion is going to also Icebreaker, but if they decide to bomb jump or just go through the dungeon normally, they'll be able to check that bid key location, either bid key chest or it would be bid key chest. So they may get something out of that. Something being hammer, or I mean, boots.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting though if you want to do that, because you invest quite a bit of time for one item. So I don't know if you really want to do that. But at this point, I guess you don't really have a lot of options. But once you find the hammer, there are so many things open up. So yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a gamble, I think, to just go back. It's definitely a really interesting seed for sure.
Yeah, Krell, I agree. And that's what the gamble really is that if, as unlikely as it is that boots are still in Ice Palace, there is still one item left. And if that's what they are, then that's the difference of this seed.
Yeah, also need to mention that I think what Lanxion is doing makes sense right now. Not going to do Icebreaker, because you know that the big key chest is hammer locked.
Yeah, so obviously, like, we as viewers know where everything is. So we know that this will benefit you for one check, but at the same time, I've never seen that before.
That's a little bit unlucky. Alright, so Wiki is gonna do like the really good thing and just completely clear the mountain. Like
there's so many chests up here.
Yeah, Ether Tablet, you get the Ice Road to complete Desert, TR to complete also like Hera once you're up there. And then at that point you choose between Pod and Swamp Palace for the boots.
Yep. Swagnet? Okay.
In a way, that's actually not bad. It is like hard item pool, so if you don't have any potions, a fairy can be nice to grab. Oh, can you grab in hard? Yeah, in functionality you cannot grab.
Yeah, functionality changes, but the item pool itself doesn't dictate functionality.
Oh,
Oh,
Dawn is...
Dawn, don't say it. Don't say it.
I actually didn't really think about that, but
Yep.
I didn't even pay attention to that. The Desert Palace is a pendant. I thought it was a crystal actually. But yeah,
Yep.
the boots could be in GT.
I mean, at this
That is,
point, yeah, I think at this point, like you said, Gomo just straight beat the dungeons. I think GT is the play. It's 20 checks.
yeah, the what we like to call GT mode. So I actually missed that. I'm not sure if anyone remembers what the map chest was in Hera, but Wiki found one item here. He chose to not get the big key. So there's one item still here, which could be the big chest or the boss, I think. So that's a little bit spooky now. Wait, that was poke damage? I thought that he got 2 spins there.
Yeah, I thought the same thing as well.
Apparently it was poke, but yeah, he's done with Mogul gets the 2 items. Yeah, so that definitely feels nice. The worst possible location for boots? Probably GT somewhere, I would say. Or even like, actually Thieves Town, right?
I would say it partially depends on your routing. Thieves Town is rough because you already beat the dungeon. No reason to go back. If you're banking on GT, then you leave left side swamp because you can just go mode swamp, and then it could be there. So I think it kind of depends on, are they going to full clear dungeons, or are they going to leave, orphan some things, and come back later?
So, interesting thing that Krell mentioned that in chat. Lanxion is going to check the big
True.
chest. And yeah, that is definitely going to be the worst for Wiki. He left that item behind. But yeah, the big chest could have the boots, and that could be quite devastating for Wiki. So we're gonna see right now what is in Ice Palace. As Wiki also has to do Trinix, and there's an item on Trinix too.
Alright, so big chest. Holding my breath here. Oh boy. Alright.
Oh, did we miscount? Oh, whoops.
I miscounted.
Where was the
So
third
there must have been earlier.
It was a spike room probably, right? Like a 5 rupees, I would guess. Whoops. Yeah, we definitely paid attention, don't worry.
No, I think it was oh no, that was small key. That was map compass.
Not in TR either. So yeah, at this point I think you go to Swamp Palace if you're a Wiki. And Lanxion, with that whole sequence in Ice Palace, he definitely lost quite a bit of time. Doing that whole loop around is not that great.
Had it been Freezor room, I think it was the only thing that wasn't.
You are actually correct, yeah. There was like an item there, like a pretty simple item.
Yeah.
I completely missed that.
I had to go back and think about each chest. Okay.
We're getting
so now we know.
Yeah, we're getting Mimic Cave check from Wiki.
So it looks like we're getting Swamp out of Lanxion as well. Or... yeah, he's going for it. So we now know that Mountain is dead. So this could give him a little bit of an edge, but still being down 2 dungeons technically, this wouldn't be a lead if it wasn't Swamp.
Yeah, if you do find the boots here, you're just gonna have the boots a little bit earlier. But yeah, you're gonna be 2 dungeons behind, and as you said. I guess the only beneficial thing could be to dash up the mountain a little bit because there are some easy straight lines there.
Yeah.
And maybe getting Herapod easier if you're not familiar with the bomb setup. But yeah, I mean, Wiki already completed the dungeon, so it's definitely quite far ahead, I would say.
And I doubt either of them are gonna orphan left side here, but it's a gamble. If you're really pushing for GT, one of them could leave that, or it could come down to GT routing if they're in GT. Man, this is awful.
Yeah, a lot of interesting decisions. I think before you head to GT, Wiki actually has a really good route chance to go to Pyramid as well. With like that 5-6 crystal that he picked from TR and completing Swamp. Actually, now that I think about it, it's like ideally you get the bomb after Swamp and then you head to Pod. Something like that. Obviously, if the boots are not here.
Yeah. You know what? Just for fun, they can do it if they find boots too.
As Krell mentions, Wiki had 2 seeds with boots on pedestal. So yeah, that definitely feels good to not have boots on pedestal. But you did have flute there, which is, as Scrap mentioned, a really nice thing to have in the Dark World. It's not extremely great in inverted, but yeah, it's a nice luxury.
It's better than finding boots. Well, at this point, we know it can't be boots either.
Yeah. Alright, Lanxion doing the aggressive play, just going left side. I like that.
Not doing. Maybe are they not comfortable with diver down? It
Yeah, I mean,
seems like they are not.
Yeah, that can be a possibility. And yeah, GT in tire room and the boots in big chest. Yeah, that can be kind of awful. At that point, I don't know if you check.
Big chest?
No. Yeah, you don't check it, I think. Because, like, the good thing about Inverted is, like, even if after you defeat Aga 2, you are creating the hole next to GT.
Yeah.
So you can, like, clear GT, and then if you don't find the boots, you just last location in the big chest.
I mean, that even begs the question, if all you're looking for is one item, do you just do Gauntlet and then come back into GT? Because you're gonna have to do Gauntlet in all dungeons.
I mean, yeah, right. You have to.
So it really, like,
yeah.
Boots are nice to have for Gauntlet, but is it worth spending the 5-6 minutes doing all of GT with the potential of the item not being there? When there are checks you can do that you need to do, or walk by anyway.
Yeah, probably not. I think if you find the big early, you just do GT without the boots, I would say. That would be the little bit more aggressive play. As overall, the the back of Swamp doesn't have anything, and we get a big key as well. So I'm not sure if Lanxion is eager to go back now, like because he did find the big key, and yeah, we didn't really get all the items out of Swamp. You know, because he does have the mountain up available. He's gonna.
Yeah, he's going back in.
Yeah. I think for Wiki it makes more sense to full clear Swamp. Because, you know, you have everything covered. Yeah, there are 2 items as Bandman mentions. So yeah, even more. But yeah, if you think about it from Lanxion's side though, he does have the whole mountain available. So, you know, there was the chance for a gamble there, but I don't know, at this state of the seed, you probably don't want to gamble that much. Oh, there are 3. Okay. I thought they picked the Compassora map, but probably Okay, I thought they just picked up a compass or a map, but probably that is not correct.
SpeedGaming, yes, that's right. So 1, 2. That's 3 checks left. Yep. Why are bid chest is right there? Bid chest is right in the middle. Lanxion, please. Yep. All right.
You see, it was planned. Don't worry. Yeah, I mean, at that point, I think you're like laser focused on left side. So yeah, it's probably why you don't want to do that.
I mean, I hope he checks it here. Oh my gosh, he's gonna walk all the way back, unless boots are on the left side.
Yeah, at that point, I think Lanxion really needs to find the boots left side. And yeah, I kept on stage. Pyramid Ferry is open, and I'm pretty sure Wiki will go there once line it up with Pod as well, if we don't find the boots here, of course.
I think logically that would make the most sense because they're both dungeons were hammer locked, and nothing else has come from hammer yet. So I think that really is the play.
And
if you're following logic.
And the last thing here is the compass we're gonna get. Oh, bombs. Okay. There were 3 items.
Orphaned that bid chest. Oh my good. I wonder if he knows.
I am not sure. But I mean, that's a time save. If you think about it.
True. Saving time. Well, the 3 seconds it takes to walk to that chest.
Yeah.
I would hate to see him go back there now. Like if he realizes it, oh, that will hurt. I can't even imagine doing that at this point.
I think you are in the mindset that you got all the items at that point. I don't think he realizes, you know, that he doesn't have all the items. Yeah, I'm losing my mind at this point. This has been a pretty interesting.
So we've talked about it. Now we talked about all the locations hammer could be in. Now let's talk about what's left. We have everything in GT. Pyramid Ferry. Is that all that's left?
I'm not sure if Helma has an item or not.
Oh yeah, they still need to do Helma as well.
Yeah, I mean there is a chance that there is a map of Compass there, but I didn't really pay that much attention to Pod. Like I only paid attention to see if they found important items. So there is a small chance that they do have an item on Helma.
Yep.
Oh yeah, and the Thief's Town big chest, and
I keep forgetting about that. Oh my goodness.
And powder as well, with powder being quite a bad spot. Yeah.
Oh, they have powder.
And hammer.
20 and a 20.
Nice.
A dream potion is kind of nice, actually. At least better than a B.
Mm-hmm. So he's gonna head into the light world and proceed to Pod, I think.
Yeah. And this is just going to be better routing because you don't have to worry about going through the small maze it takes to get to Pod.
Yeah. So yeah, not many places left now. It's just Pod, if there's an item there. Again, we don't really remember. GT and Magic Bat and Thieves Town. I think after Pod, you definitely go to GT though.
Yeah, so we've gotten the question, Go mode is Boots. We have Boots locked Desert Palace, and that is the last item that we need to be able to essentially beat Desert Palace, because that's the last dungeon we need after Pod.
Yeah, it is all dungeons, just a reminder. It is like a pennant, but we definitely need to beat it. Every dungeon here.
You know what, Rock? I agree. I like just being a viewer. I am frustrated watching this because it's last location after last location, and that's not even really at the fault of these runners. Just some of these locations are terrible places to keep these items.
Yeah, we got, as I said, we got to a good start when Moon Pearl was on purple chest. That's all. And our Light World Access was Aga 1.
Yeah.
Actually, what you say, Kepon, might be true. Someone
So
can correct me on that, but yeah.
I believe the logical access for Spike Cave is to have either Blue Chain or Cape, just because the game doesn't ever route in the amount of hearts you would need to do anything, nor does it route in fairies, similarly as it does not route in money. So you can get 800 rupees early, and that doesn't mean that you need to go to Zora. Similarly, the game can give you no money and expect you to get money for Zora. Just like the game can give you 4 fairies and not have that be your expected way to do Spike Cave.
You want to do the bomb jump, Quartal, because you don't have the boots to bonk back. So you definitely need to bomb jump so that you don't trigger the switches. If you had the boots, you hookshot and then you bonk on the chest. But yeah, Lanxion couldn't really do it. And we do receive a raid from the main channel of SpeedGaming. Hello everyone. Hope you guys.
Hello, SpeedGaming.
Hope you guys have a good evening. We just have a really fun old dungeons inverted seed here. And the runners are looking for boots for go mode to complete Desert Palace.
Yep, so we are just hitting the 2-hour mark. It looks like we did not, as we got this raid, we did not get anything from Helma as well. So it's looking like GT or Thieves Town bid chest. Or
Yeah,
Magic Bat.
Yeah, it makes sense though to go to GT, as we mentioned. Even if you find the early big key, you just clear GT, and you're gonna be spawning right here, so you can go back in to check for those boots. So
okay, we are going through the back here.
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
Lanxion,
we did not. Oh my goodness, they just jumped right in here. We didn't even start the game.
Oh yeah, we could have done that.
I didn't even think about it. Just the minute they finished Helma, they were in here.
Do we need to start that? I'm not entirely sure.
At this point, we're already 3 checks in. I think it's a little late. Yeah, the progress from going from boss to here left us about 15 seconds to do it. My apologies, everyone.
Yeah, it's fine. You can guess just for funs if you want. From 4 to 22.
Yeah, 4 to 20. I'm gonna guess 1. It's a little late, but so there's our Spike Cave access with Blue Chain, and with Lanxion coming in here to finish pod. Oh my gosh, TR. Basically about a dungeon and a half behind here. But depending on their routing, could save a bunch of time on this item location.
Yeah, luckily for Lanxion, he did remember that he has access to the back of TR. He had a little bit of trouble getting like in the portal. He was thinking about going from the front. But yeah, the really good thing about inverted is like you can drop to laser bridge and just like complete TR if you have all the keys and the items, of course. So yeah, one more crystal left for Lanxion. That is in pod. As Wiki is gonna be looking for the big key and the boots.
And oh, we're gonna be doing a save and quit from Light World. Okay. On Lanxion's side.
Yeah.
Or we are
Oh, Mimic Cave, yeah. Okay.
Mimic Cave, yes, yes.
Yeah, they have not checked Mimic Cave.
Oh, what are you?
Oh, yeah, the wrong drop down.
Oh no! Just yeah, you save and quit. Oh boy.
Okay, isolating the
Mimic Cave.
It's another intentional time
420s.
save. So we do know it is a time save, so that's good for Lanxion. At this point, I think he has to gamble a bit.
Are we gonna get the
No
bomb
boots.
jump here? Okay.
No boots, so we gotta do the bomb jump. Nicely done, first try from Wiki.
Yep. So we've got about half of GT already done now. No bid key, no boots. Right? I don't think I didn't miss bid key, right?
No, we didn't get it.
All right. Oh, and for anyone just tuning in, I know we mentioned the mode already, but this is just a reminder. This is hard item pool as well, so we're not going to be getting those silvers or any mail upgrades or more than 14 hearts or a gold sword. So we're basically we're about at everything that we're going to have for the rest of this game. Oof. And that kind of hurts if boots are in GT bid chest, because now you have to do the loop all over again.
Yeah, this is also a win for us that do the right side first.
Yeah, I'm a right side or die kind of person.
Yeah, I'm not sure if there was a key in Hope Room. I think there was a key in Hope Room, but yeah, I mean, you pretty much have to check everything anyways. I think at that point for the boots,
Yep.
it seemed like that was like the approach that Wiki had. Yeah, there was. Okay, we get confirmation from our tracker. Thank you, Bandman. And Copan's room has 20 rupees.
Compass. Bid key. And shovel. Another fetch quest.
Nice. Way more things to do after we're done with the GT and potentially don't find the boots.
Yeah. So I think, honestly, I think that's positive for Wiki, because they did leave Ice Palace bid chest. But by having Thieves Town and Batcave and Shovel, it is much more likely that if boots are not in Gauntlet, that they'll go those 3 chests before they go back to Ice Palace, which we know is not boots. So that Shovel, even if it doesn't lead to boots, helps give better potential routing after Gauntlet. Tile room, yeah, they skipped tile room.
Yeah, we do need boots because it is an old dungeon seed. So they do have to clear Desert Palace. And yeah, boots can be in tile room. That is correct.
So yeah, we had actually talked about this a little bit before we got into GT, is that honestly, if boots are in tile room, the smart place to do tile room if you know that. But since we don't know, we've gotten bid key, and finishing Gauntlet will bring you back to the front of GT in inverted. So you're going to save time if boots are anywhere in Gauntlet or not in GT at all by finishing Gauntlet and then going back to tile room. Because you need to do Gauntlet regardless.
Gauntlet without boots is definitely interesting. Like GT overall.
Alright, so we now have Lanxion finishing his dungeons. Going most likely to get Big Bomb here before entering Gauntlet, GT.
Yeah, I wonder if we will see Magic Bat and stuff before. Nah, just the Big Bomb. Yeah, that makes sense, honestly.
Yeah, this really, like, this has got to be, that would be one of those big brain gambles where I know I'm behind 10 minutes, and if I just follow where my opponent likely is, I'm gonna lose. So that's like only reason I could see someone doing that before going to GT and doing 22 checks. 26 with all the ones in Gauntlet as well.
Yeah, I guess you can say 27 even for the boots if you add the big chest. Yeah, these room and the next one after the Wizrobe 2 room without the boots is always super awkward, I would say,
Yep.
in GP. Wiredwicky did check the Pyramid Ferry, so we knew that there were 220s there. Which
Arrows
as
and
like
Gold Sword.
Yeah, I mean, it could be. Actually, no, we do know where the 4th sword was. We do have.
Oh yeah, we
information.
do know where all 4 swords are. So those are actually pretty early in the seed. About 15 minutes in, you could have had access to all 4 of them if this weren't hard.
Yeah, for those who don't know, like the 20 rupees, they work like progression, if that makes sense. So both of the runners got tempered in a different location. So yeah, we do have information about the oops, wrong bombs there, Wiki.
All right. So essentially 2 checks left here in Gauntlet. Oh, I saw the red. My heart skipped a beat. Oh man.
Yeah, of course we have all the money, as someone mentions in chat. And inverted, we always start with 0 money, and we panic what kind of way we can do like to get that money. And we have boots. No, another red item.
So that really
Okay.
leaves us Tile Room, Spike Cave, Thieves Town, Magic Bat, and Dig Spot.
Yeah, so really rough. Also, that room is also rough without boots, where Wiki
Yeah.
is. This has not really been that friendly, that's for sure. Oh, the big chest as well. That is
Oh,
true.
that's true. Big chest. All right, so we got a 1. All right, not the best lineups, but still able to get 1 out of each round so far. And I'm just gonna stop talking.
Mimic Cave didn't have anything. Wiki did a check. Mimic Cave.
Hammer Peg as well. That's right. They never checked Hammer Peg. They've had access to that for a bit of time.
I'm not gonna be surprised if we see Wiki now heading towards Kakariko.
Yeah, I think Kakariko, you have 5 checks over there versus the 2 back in GT.
Shovel maybe first into Kakariko to do Hammer Pegs and Magic Bat. And then after
Finishing
that,
up. Oh, we're going back in.
we're going back.
You know, this is why I'm not the runner. I'm not like just. I've made all the bad plays so far, in retrospect.
I want to be honest with you. I would have gone to pod as well, so don't worry. In the beginning of the seed, so I'm with you on that one. As Lanxion, let's see if yeah, he's gonna get nice placement there for the bomb jump. See a tie room. Exciting times.
So yeah, let's just we haven't really done it yet. I always want to do. Is this updated? Yeah, I'm just gonna do a shout out for these runners while we've got some checks going on, and going through now 2 hours and 13 minutes of this, what I thought was going to be a pretty straightforward seed. They're still going, trucking through it. Good perseverance, seemingly not too looking to upset, but I don't know. Definitely go give them a follow. They're putting themselves through a lot of pain for your entertainment right now. And he's orphaning the bid chest. And that's like, I don't know, you go in there for tile room, bid chest is 4 more rooms in. I don't know.
There is a chance that he might have forgotten
that you could do it. Yeah, I mean, outside of inverted all dungeons, how often are you doing bid chest in GT?
Yeah, and Don mentions that it had to be a small key. Yeah, that definitely makes sense. Could have been in big chest though. I'm not sure if the small key could have been in the big chest. Another red item, but not the boots.
A small key could have been in bid chest because you could have then gotten a small or another key, whatever you needed, item out of tile room.
Okay, so we have hammer pegs, magic bat, Thieves Town big chest, and spike cave.
And GT bid chest. I wonder, I doubt that Lanxion will go for it, but already being in compass room, do they go for bid chest?
It's from what I've seen from Lanxion so far, he has been pretty thorough in the dungeons. Like we even saw like Ice Palace full clearing everything. So it's not really gonna be surprising for me if we see...
don't mirror out here. Oh gosh, I'm sorry. I saw the menu come up. Oh yeah, my goodness, sir, what are you doing?
That's fine. This is fine. Oh, I completely missed Magic Bat, but I'm pretty sure
he's going for it. He's making the play.
Did Wiki forget hammer pegs? There is a high chance that Wiki forgot hammer pegs.
Yep.
Yeah, the runners at this point, I think they're
tired, I'm sure.
Yeah. They're pretty exhausted, I would say. Yeah, as Incoherent says, that screen is absolutely horrible. And you don't even have the boots to do like the bonk strat here. I mean, I guess that wasn't that bad. Lanxion actually did a really good job in this room. What a race, I gotta say. I was definitely not expecting something like that because these settings are not necessarily that bad in inverted. Like if you start with a short, you do have like some early bosses that are kind of difficult with like low percent equipment. Like, you know, we saw Moth, both of the runners struggle on Moth, and you know you also have Blind. That can be kind of tricky.
Oh, and it was map. Oh, good God.
See, if we actually paid attention,
yeah, right.
We would have known that it was the map, but you know,
I think I'm exhausted. I can't imagine these runners right now, or say like being in those shoes, thinking like if I had just realized that was map as a runner. Oh my goodness.
It's not in Thieves Town either.
Oh my God.
7 quid up the mountain from Wiki to do Spike
Cave. I could not theory craft a worse setup for this scene.
I need to mention, Lanxion didn't know about that, but we could have potentially known about it. We were like hyping up the big chest.
Yeah. So we could have known. That's very true.
But yeah, Lanxion didn't have it, of course, so that definitely makes sense.
Oh, we got another raid. Another raid. SpeedGaming 2, welcome to probably the most exhausting seed of the night. We are last locationing Go Mode boots in 2 locations now, I think.
Yeah, it's either here or Hammerpix, which I think we can.
Holy crap! Oh, sugar.
We hit go mode 2 hours and 18 minutes into the seed for Wiredwicky. The boots in Spy Cave. The Cave of Burnout, for those who don't know, was in GT. So that is
even though out of Logit, these runners could have checked earlier, but there was so much in Logit to be checking. It's just, it seemed a little out of the way to have gone to just Spite Cave.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they could have done that. Like, they had 12. I don't remember if they had any potion. Like, at one point, I remember I did have a ferry. They did have a ferry, so,
yeah.
you know, they could have potentially do that, but I think they both lost the ferry really, really early on.
Really early.
So, yeah, Wiki's gonna head to Desert
at
now
this point. Yeah, Wiki finishing Desert, going to Ganon. Their race to lose. Not saying it's impossible. I have seen races where people fall on Ganon, fall at the bridge. Not wishing that on anyone, but it is not over until it's over.
It's really unlikely, to be honest. It's definitely really unlikely something can happen at this point. You don't have to climb to Ganon either way. Like, you just save and quit after Desert as well. So I would say that you do have like around maybe 5 to 6 minutes before you panic, I guess. So you have like a nice 3 to 4 chances against Ganon. Yeah, that is correct. Incoherent. You definitely don't really feel behind in this situation for Wiki, because if they did have the boots earlier, they would have been, done. Like, the opponent would have been done at that point. So they do know that. They are probably also last locationing it that.
Yeah, at this point, I mean, if they have the race time GG open, I can imagine every moment that they have, they're probably looking to see that dot done over on that screen.
Honestly, if I was a runner, I would like my opponent to be that done, so that I can enjoy the holidays now.
Yeah, right. Once it hits the 2-hour mark, I would be praying, just finish it. Just please stop this seed.
But yeah, honestly, it was a pretty rough one. Moon Pearl on Purple Chest, Hammer in Ice Palace, the Ice Tea Room. Yeah, not super friendly, that's for sure. Yeah, nice fight there. 1 cycle for Wiki. Gonna grab the last pendant. Save and quit and fall into the Ganon pit now.
Yep. And we have Lanxion finishing up their Aga 2 fight right now. Just 2 more hits, I believe. And then hopefully they end up going Spite Cave, but yeah, realistically they'll probably do the Kakariko Village as well. Oh, that's a wait, does he have a ferry? Did he get a ferry?
I am not sure if Wiki has a ferry.
No.
Apparently.
So yeah, the tough part with this fight, I mean, they have a lot of safeties if they want. They have the blue chain, they have the tempered sword, but 1 Ganon HUD, you're dead. 2 fire bats, you're dead. 2 hits from the chain, you're dead. All right, definitely playing it safer this time around.
Yeah, we're gonna see on Lanxion's side, taking like the most.
Oh, he has
logical
blue
route.
potion. I'm sorry.
Okay, we do have a blue. So yeah, the most like logical approach, I guess, in this situation, which is like get shovel into magic bat into Thieves Town potentially,
Yep.
and then Spike Cave. Exactly what Wiki did. A little bit rough gun fight for Wiki, but
Just playing
I
it
think
safe.
Yeah, I think he should be fine now.
And as a reminder, for those of you coming in, because this is hard item difficulty, we weren't able to get silvers, so we will be doing silverless Ganon. Oh, almost missed the torch glitch. And now let's see, Lanxion, are you going to Hammer Pegs? Or are you going straight to Thieves Town? We are doing Hammer Pegs. So let's see what's Hammer Pegs. Maybe this is the cape.
Yeah. Could be, yeah. We did find pretty much everything else. Yeah, that was like a unintentional time save from Wiki, not doing hammer pegs. Both runners, forgot about an item or two when they reached like late game, so not finding the boots not being there definitely feels nice, I guess. I guess Cape could be boots locked, and with that, Wiki lands the last hit on Ganon, and he's gonna get the win.
We'll get those GGs ready in chat, y'all.
Team OK Game will advance to the next round of playoffs, the top 8.
Through 3-1.
That is correct. The 226, Lanxion is gonna forfeit this one. A really nice showing from both of these runners. That was definitely not a really kind seed.
Yeah, that really was Rando being Rando. Honestly, if either of them wanted to draw out a logic early, that could have been it. 20 minutes ago, one of them could have been done. And it looks like Lanxion has conceded this race, as I know I would have as well. After a seed like that, you're not going to want to continue that boots hunt. So I'm not sure if we're going to be getting an interview from Lanxion, but we do have Wiredwicky here. GG's, man.
Yes, thanks. That was quite the seed, I would say.
Yeah, GG. Tell me, so it was really interesting because we know that you guys had quite a few things for the Moon Pro, and you were doing stuff that I was like not sure because it's inverted, so I wasn't really sure exactly what you guys were doing, and then suddenly the Pro just has the medal. What goes through your head at that point?
I think that actually might have worked out in my favor, because I was like, if we have early Aga access, I'm just gonna try and see if I can find the Moon Pearl in the Light World. So I think that actually worked for me. When I saw it, I was like, okay, this is good.
Yeah, and that hammer location though, that was definitely really, really fun.
Please never mention that again.
And on top of that, the other really interesting item that would have been nice if, well, actually, nah. I was thinking about like the boots being on pedestal, but we did have desert being boots locked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would have been like your third race with the boots on pedestal in this tournament.
I consider this seed worse though than the two with boots on pedestal.
True.
I think everyone watching would agree. We were all very, very sad, I guess, for both of you runners having to last location 3 items, basically. Did not look fun to do at all.
No, like in the especially in the beginning, I felt like really rough because I took a couple of deaths. Actually, after the moon pro, I felt like it went better, and especially I felt like my routing was pretty decent. So when I saw that flute and pedestal, I was like, okay, this could work in my favor because I personally think that Lanxion has like the execution edge on me because of the NMG experience. So I felt like, okay, routing wise, this might be going in my favor. And while seeing that boots location, I was like, okay, this is actually not fun.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, overall though, I gotta say you had a quite efficient routing overall. Like you chained a lot of things really well. Like even the mountain on the very first visit, when you cleared TR and then you went to like the small things. So you went to what's that? Spiral Cave, then to the other side of TR, like the big chest.
For big chest, yeah, looping those 2 things together was really smart, because I was thinking the same thing when you were going for spiral. I figured you would come back later for it, but getting both of those in the same loop is just one of those little minute details that if you don't run inverted, you just would not think about it, and it shows that you have at least some decent understanding of some of the quirks that come with an inverted seed.
Yeah, I must admit, usually like I have some experience in inverted, but usually like even in inverted seeds, like I goof up a lot. For example, fluting in the light world or using mirror in the dark world, stuff like that. But I think today was actually a very good day for me in that sense, because I don't think I made any major goofs in forgetting it was inverted, basically.
Yeah, so with that, you actually secure like 3 wins for OK game. We're gonna go to the next round, Wiki. You're gonna play. Actually, we don't know exactly who our opponents will be, but you're definitely like super hyped about that, right?
I mean, of course. I mean, to be fair, when we started this season, I thought like maybe we can like go like 3rd or 4th place in the groups, and now we topped the group, and now we're advancing to the, I believe, the conference semifinals. It is.
I believe so, yeah.
So I think that's a major win, on at least from what I expected. So that's pretty good, yeah.
Yeah. On the other side, I do have to mention that Team Oyai was definitely a really, really good team. Almost like getting that first spot in the group. Splitting a lot of games with like some really, really strong teams. Playing against the Oops team from the Thieves Town. We had like a crossover between divisions, and the Oops team was definitely the winner of that division. So they have really, really strong runners. So I highly recommend you guys check out Team Oyai members, Lanxion, Snesh, Chalmers, and Glan. But any final thoughts before we head out? Do you have anything to say, Wiki and Scrub?
Nope.
Yeah, once again, GG's to Lanxion and GG's to the whole Team Oyai team. It was fun to race against them. And as Susie said, they're really good and experienced players. They mostly have their experience through NMG, and I think in most of the time it just shows that they're really good at execution.
Yeah, that is for sure. For that, we're gonna head out now. We do have holidays coming up, so I hope everyone is gonna have a really nice time these days. Make sure you tune in to SpeedGaming channels. I'm not entirely sure if we do have any races coming up now.
So tonight, I believe we are done with races, but there is a race tomorrow. I don't know if it's going to be restreamed. I'm sure if they are able to, they'll try to. But there is going to be a race tomorrow night Eastern time, I'm planning. or not night, 12:10 noon. So 12:10 Eastern time will be between Dark Side of the Triforce versus Black Lotus. That will be happening tomorrow.
So yeah, there you go. If you follow all the SpeedGaming channels, SpeedGaming 1 to 6, and the Link to the Past Randomizer League 1 to 3 channels, you can definitely catch the randomizer action. We are in playoffs, top 8 for both the Open and the Invitational League. Some insane players in the Invitational League are playing against each other. Players such as Andy and Dandy and Ilus, Goomba, some really, really strong names. So definitely make sure you follow the channels. And yeah, from everyone from the Link to the Past League, Random League, we wish you a good night. See you soon. Goodbye.
Have a good night, everyone.